And that's great. I'm going to read that book because I'd be interested in that. But it is about reducing some of the other, because look, as a business owner, you also have a family
right.
you're trying to take care of. You're trying to run your business. You have friends. You have a lot of things. If you can reduce some of those that you are thinking about all the time, it allows more. Look, I have a small amount of brain capacity, right? And the more I put in, the more comes out, right? And I'm sure a lot of people like that. So I want to make sure that some of that stuff they can let out so they can let the other stuff in.
Yeah. So does that go into the Fuse wealth management formula and process? Does that kind of, because let's talk about that, because when we read on the website, the Fuse formula and process are designed to integrate every piece of wealth management into one clear strategic path. So let's talk about that formula and how it differs from, say, is this something that's unique? Did you develop this?
It is unique. You won't see many advisors that do this.
Okay.
And we've done a lot of research. I've been in this business 30 plus years, right?
Yeah.
So I've talked to a lot of clients. We know what their biggest concerns are, and they come up with the 5 biggest concerns. Number 1 is making good decisions with their money, right? That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
The second one is minimizing taxes, wealth transfer, wealth protection, charitable giving. So we put this together into what we call the wealth management formula, because we find that the finance industry, in my opinion, has done a horrible job in explaining what wealth managers, financial advisors, investment advisors, there's so many different names out there. They've done a horrible job at explaining what they do. And then oftentimes the advisor themselves don't fully understand it. So we've created what we call the wealth management formula, right? So it's wealth management is investment consulting, plus advanced planning, plus relationship management. Right? The investment consulting is the number 1 concern. So that's why people often will go to a wealth manager. They want their investments managed, right? So that's the investment planning, that's the retirement planning, that's education planning, cash flow, all of that, right? So that's number 1. But then it's gone beyond that at this point. You can't, in our opinion, you can't just do that, because the complexity and integration in the finances, especially as wealth increases, you know, it's gotten more complex. So the next part is wealth enhancement. Right? Wealth enhancement is minimizing taxes. It's about how much you keep.
That's what I was about to say. It's about what you keep in your pocket.
And it's funny because you don't realize it, and it's everywhere. Like the tax bleed hits you all over the place. Yeah.
So if you can minimize taxes and also increase overall cash flow, business owners have loans. If we can figure out ways to have a lower interest rate, you know, there's all of that, right? And then the next one is wealth transfer. So that's making sure your assets are transferred to the ones you love in the most cost-efficient and effective manner. Wealth protection, making sure your assets aren't taken from you unjustly through a frivolous lawsuit. Right? You have wealth. People hear that. But it's also protecting the family against the death or incapacity of a major breadwinner or caregiver in the family, right? And then the last one, which is number 5, and this varies per family, right? But in general, this is what it is charitable giving. And people are, at certain stages in life, charitably inclined. Some people aren't, right? Some people believe, and there's truth to it, that charity starts at home, right? And then others want to give. So for those that do, we want to make sure that every dollar they give is maximized for the charity, but also for themselves. Why can't you do well or do good for the charity, but also for yourself? Right? So you want to integrate all that, because all of that needs to work in conjunction together. And that's what the wealth management formula is. And then the last part is the relationship management. And that's, what is the process, right? How do we interact with clients? But then it's also what we call the professional network. So the professional network is, these clients have, or may have, estate attorneys, a business attorney, personal attorney, an insurance advisor, investment advisor, I mean, you name it, right? And they're trying to manage all of these together. Again, going back to with your business and all that, and the family and all that.